How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the After Action Report with RONIN 47R. Today we're taking a look at the Tier 6 medium Russian tank, which is the T-34-88. It's a special premium tank that can train, Russian crews and German crews. And today we're opening up here on Fisherman's Bay. And let's go ahead and take a look at the game mode. Standard Battle. In this game mode, there are two flags, and each team spawns near their own. The objective is to either eliminate the opposing team completely or capture their flag within 15 minutes to claim victory. So, like always, I'm sharing a game with you, but why am I sharing this particular game with you? Well, sometimes I share a game with you because there's a really high amount of tanks that are killed or some really cool thing that happened during the game or whatnot, and that's true, for everything. But in this particular map, or this round, what really stood out for me was this game was really played, and I wish I could take credit for it. It just kind of unfolded that way. I always strive to do the right thing or play the tanks correctly or well or, with skill. I'm always trying to do that. I don't always do that. And, when it comes across a game where that actually occurs, yeah, I'm pretty excited to share it with you. So going back to why am I sharing this game? Yeah, sure, a couple tanks were taken out and all that kind of fun stuff. But this tank, I was able to play this tank the way I feel it really needs to be played. It's not about being the MVP. It's not about being the superhero. Look at me, I've got the most kills. It's about this particular match was about how do you use this tank the correct way? And this guy really is, a flanker. I know a lot of tanks are and whatnot, but I'm just going to focus on just this guy here. I don't want to brawl in him. The T-34-88, based off of or similar to the T-34-85. The only thing that's different is the turret and the gun for all intents and purposes. So you can just imagine you're looking at a Tier 6 medium tank. This specifically, it's the Russian tank. And how do you play it? Well, it's not a front line brawler. It's a second line. It's a Johnny on the spot. It's a flanker. For me, it's an impromptu spotter. It's an impromptu bolster, if that's even a word. You see a gap, you see a need, something's happening in the lines, and you run over there and you help out. And then you see something on the other side of the map, you run over there and you help out there. You do what you can, and that's what this guy's about. So here I am. I'm taking the this side of the map, and we're at G1-ish area, G0-ish, and it's the far west side of the map. I kind of like that area when I'm spawning in the south, and you can see my guys are kind of spread out here correctly. You got some heavies pushing. See this heavy here in the front? I was proud of that guy because he was doing what he needed to do. Lead the attack. You take the few hits and hope that your team is backing you up by having eyes on and being prepared for when you do spot someone and when you do get their attention, you will start taking some hits, and hopefully they're going to do their job and they are going to go ahead and take out the tank that is, or tanks that is attacking you. So this KV-4 doing a great job of moving forward. Now, I don't know. To be honest, I'm trying to reflect back and wonder what was going on in my mind. And normally I'm not going to go ahead and take the front like this, but I just felt like the way it was unfolding, the way the tanks were appearing across the map, my gut said, you know what? Go ahead and rush around the exterior there, the far end. The KV-4's right there to back you up. And hopefully you're going to go ahead and spot and see what's going on and take the initiative, because I felt like it was kind of thin over here in the corner. And it turns out I was lucky, and it turned out to be true. So, boom, flank. Always try to hit them from the sides and from the rear. That's, I'm going to joke and say it's a cheap shot, but it's not. You got to be strategically smart. This guy's not going to attack the fronts. So, as you can see, I'm just really just shooting up the edge of the western side of the map, going all the way to the north, and I'm just sweeping around. And this really was the epitome of a flanking game. Other folks are spotting. I'm spotting what I can. Obviously, that's not from me because that's 593 meters away. But here I am, trying to do what I can. I ammo racked that guy. Took him. Took a little bit of health off of him and whatnot. I'm not expecting to be saving the day. What I'm doing is I am, one, verifying that it's clear in the northwest, and then sweeping around from the north towards the east. So I'm doing that job. I am nitpicking the enemy where I can. So here I am taking out some of their health and, you know, being a distraction. I mean, even if the shell bounces, you know, nobody wants to be shot at. So I'm doing my part. Meanwhile, the slower heavy tanks that were with me on my side, they're doing their part. They're moving forward. The TDs are taking spots and doing their job. I mean, this really unfolded very well. And, you know, and it was kind of just a fun little experiment. You know, let's see. What can my gun do at these crazy distances? So you can see I'm just kind of not quite doing the TD thing, but I don't want to rush too far to the east. Because you can see there's this heavy tank over there by C5, C6, and I did not want to get his attention and be stuck out in the middle. So it's not that I wanted to camp and snipe, you know, with this tank in the back, but you have to be smart and say, okay, well, if I'm going to push, think ahead. Don't just run out there and say, okay, I'm going to run out there and shoot at some guys, and then, oh no, I need cover. Where's cover? Now's not the time to think about that. You don't want to come up with a plan. Don't develop your plan when you need to use your plan. Create your plan first. Think ahead and say, okay, if I'm going to run out there towards the east, if I go ahead and get the attention of these guys, what is plan B? Where am I going to hide? So that's why I cautiously and slowly went forward. And you can see I'm going forward. I get someone's attention. I'm getting spotted, or at least 6 cents, and I back it up. You know, there's no need to rush in. No need to die early. So there's 3 tanks. Well, there's 3 tanks. There was 4 tanks. There's 3 tanks now. But, you know, it's really unfolding nicely because now look at these guys. They literally have a decision to make, which sucks for them, but which is great for us. They either have to look forward and take out the enemy and worry about the enemy to the front, or they have to worry about me from the exact 90-degree angle. Now, that guy's about 45 degrees angle to me, but the previous tank, you know, I mean, that's what you want to do. Make the enemy have to make decisions. Don't make it easy on them. When at all possible, be in different locations. You'd never want to bunch up. Don't get me started on, well, I mean, this isn't, you know, this is armored warfare. We're not talking about, you know, squad-sized, you know, infantry, but that's a whole another animal, but similar. You don't want to bunch up. So there you go. A very, very straightforward, non-flashy game, but what, again, just to clarify, what stood out for me was I just loved how very simple, almost cruise control. I mean, you had to pay attention, but it was almost cruise control, textbook. People did what they needed to do. We backed each other up. We leapfrogged forward. And this tank, luckily, I found the skill to play correctly. You know, came out first. So side note, yay. But I really felt like I contributed to the team the way I was supposed to with that particular tank. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. All right, well, this is a little short video for you. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, if you're receiving this transmission, you are one of the 47 Ronin. I appreciate all the support, and I will catch you guys later.